Hey folks, Ariel over here with a continuation of our construction project. So at the end of the last video, there was no video of us getting that tarp over the floor of the house because of the wind and the rain and all that, but we did get it tarped dry in between the rainstorms. And here a couple days later, we folded back the edge to put some waterproofing on the exterior of the foundation. So this is a kind of like a tar paper sticker. It's got a sticky tar underneath that white stuff you see, and you pull off the like sticker label, which is why I'm laying up on the floor, because that was the only convenient way we figured out to do this. One of us be up there, hold the top. So I would grab the top corners as Clay started to peel the sticker back. I'd stick it down and hold it level while he rolled it the rest of the way down and over the foundation. And as long as you were very careful and no one let go, nothing stuck to itself, and this actually worked. I don't know, we weren't sure if we actually needed to waterproof our foundation. The soil, if you can call it that, around this foundation, if you followed all the digging it out and everything, is almost all rock. It drains very well. It's rounded gravels. It's that material for hundreds of feet down. It drains so well in our area that the main river that flows nearby actually goes underground for much of the summer. So there's a high probability that this was not necessary, but we figured for the cost and time to do it now, it would be a much better idea to do it than to have to dig the house up later and put something on then, should it ever become an issue. So you can see us working our way around here. This was not the most stressful of all jobs we did. It was just kind of tiring. It was still hot, and my shoulders actually got a little sore from the only position in which I could hold that and reach down far enough over the foundation was to do it from that laying down position, which was actually comfortable. It just, used muscles in a different direction than I normally do for hours at a time. So anyway, we got a good bit of it done the first day, and as you can see, it got dark on us, and we ran out of time. The sunset was going up, the alpenglow fading up over the mountains, and so we got the tarp back down over the edges because we are getting freezes or close to it most nights, and so you get a good bit of dew. So we sealed the tarp back down so we wouldn't get, moisture on our deck there. Next morning, took it off again and went to finishing this project. And somebody had asked about, do the foam blocks come off once you're pouring the concrete? You can probably see here, no. They stay as part of the insulation on the inside and the outside of the concrete wall, and this is sticking directly to the outside of those foam blocks and a little bit up over the rim board so that it is, we just want this to be, well protected through the winter. So we worked our way around here. Then the next step that you're going to see is, because there is some give, of course, to that styrofoam on the outside, when Clay gets ready to backfill here, which you'll see in the next video, he was concerned where our soil is so rocky about the rocks rolling in and punching holes through our moisture barrier into the foam, which would kind of defeat the purpose of having just put up a moisture barrier if you punch holes through it. So he wanted a way to protect that. So he was able to call a friend at a local road construction company and get some, what looked to me like a, kind of thick felt mat, but it's, I guess, what you put under a road base, at least in damp areas, to keep the gravels and stuff from just vanishing down into mud. Anyway, so it looks like a thick felt sheet, and we hung that all over the outside of this, just tacked it on with a few nails at the top and kind of held the bottom in place with a couple rocks just so it wouldn't fold up until we, got soil and rocks back around it, because then it's not going to go anywhere. So that seemed to work pretty well. That part went really fast. Doing all these sticker parts took a good bit of time, especially to go around the corners and edges. The middle straight runs went pretty rapidly. But here you can see us hanging that black felt material. Around the building we go. This was the fun, easy part. And got that all covering and protecting our waterproofing. And so the next step you'll see in the next video is actually finally pushing material back in around the house. It's really nice to finally get to the stage where you can not have a, gap moat around the whole structure, which will make it very easy to do the rest of the projects, actually being able to walk right up to it without having to have ladders, scaffolding, ramps, etc. to get to it. So when it got done here, we got the tarp back over it to protect it and wrap that part up.
I don't know if I get them in that far. I really don't want to look at them.
Tell me what you're putting in.
Ground rod for the power.
And this was another step where this soil that is mostly rock, it would obviously be pretty hard to drive anything deeply into. They figured you better set ground rods before backfilling, because you could drive them in just a little bit and then fill the material around them instead of trying to drive them 8 feet deep through all that rock.
Water line, you want to see it?
No, I want it to be gone, right?
Yeah, I can show it to you though.
I don't need to see it.
Okay.
And tucked in the last few details, like anywhere a water line or the power conduit or things like that come into the house, being sure it was bedded with a nice layer of gravel so that nothing got punctured or broken by the bigger rocks falling in as everything got backfilled. And then we are on to that, as you will see more of in the next video. Thanks for spending your valuable time with us.
I hope you learned something interesting and useful.
Or found something beautiful here.